first Green Beret to serve in Congress, member of the House Armed Services Committee, author of a new book as well, Dawn of the Brave. There it is on your screen. Florida Congressman Michael Waltz. Congressman, good to see you.
Hey, good to be with you.
Good to be with you, too. Let me start with Elon Musk and this major offer. So Twitter's reviewing this offer of $43 billion. But the main purpose, according to Elon Musk, is that he wants Twitter to be a private company again, not a publicly traded company, a private company. And he wants essentially free speech back in it for the quote-unquote public square, which he calls Twitter. Your thoughts on this major move and a shakeup in big tech?
Well, let's see how it goes. I have to tell you, I agree with Elon in the sense of the best way to combat speech or information that you disagree with is more free speech. That's a hallmark of this great republic and of American democracy. And instead, what we've had is people who have essentially, with big tech, that have created a public square, but then are manipulating that platform and manipulating that public square for what's clearly an agenda tilted towards the left. So either we need to move towards treating these platforms as a utility, or we need to move back towards the private sector where, look, companies can have their rules, but they need to apply them fairly. And when you have a president of the United States being censored, but then global autocrats and dictators conducting murderous, atrocities all over the world get a free pass, then people have said enough is enough with the hypocrisy. And now we have Elon Musk with the resources to back it.
Yeah, I mean, so many examples of it. Even the subway shooter, as of recently, New York City subway shooter, and all the rhetoric that he's put out, violent post, black nationalism post on his social media. But this is somewhat a commonplace. You see this in other accounts. They're still up. The 45th president of the United States not allowed to be up. Either way, the issue is free speech, according to Elon Musk. We'll see what happens with that. I'll pivot over to this, though. The immigration issue that we have, that the United States has here. Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, as you may have seen, has been busing illegal migrants to the Capitol. I want to play this for you. This is the White House's response, and then I'll get your response. Here's that.
The first bus of migrants to the president's doorstep, I think you previously called it a publicity stunt. Is that still the view of the White House? Can you give us any reaction to this busload of migrants arriving here in D.C.?
Well, these are all migrants who have been processed by CBP and are free to travel, so it's nice the state of Texas is helping them get to their final destination as they await in their outcome of their immigration proceedings, and they're all in immigration proceedings.
Your thoughts on how this is being handled by the governor, of Texas, how it's being handled by the White House, and if you want to comment on the issue of ending Title 42 come May 23rd.
Well, I want to know why Jen Psaki isn't hosting families of migrants in her home in Alexandria, Virginia. Why aren't all of the White House staff really taking this problem on and taking it on personally? Look, this is, the thing that has me so upset as a father is that 30 to 40% of the unaccompanied girls are sexually abused or sold into human trafficking. I've done a lot of work on the scourge that is human trafficking, and it's just disgusting that this White House is turning a blind eye. And the world for a year that we're on track in terms of migrants flowing across our southern border. And when I talk to our veterans groups who aren't getting the services that they deserve, when we look at the numbers and we see that our social services, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid are going to go bankrupt within the next decade, and yet we are we're on track to pile 8 million more people just in Biden's first term in terms of a burden onto those systems. It's unfair to every American. It's wrong. And I can tell you what, when we flip the House in 9 months, we're going to put a stop to it.
Final thought on your home state of Florida there. Governor Ron DeSantis also saying on the conversation that we're having, he will reroute undocumented persons to sanctuary states. Here's that sound.
If Biden is dumping people, which he has dumped people. They fly them in at 2 in the morning. They haven't done it lately, but they did it many months ago. We now have money where we can reroute them to sanctuary states like Delaware, and we're going to do that to make sure that we're keeping people safe here.
Just final thoughts on that and how the Florida governor is handling this situation.
Well, he continues to demonstrate leadership in so many areas, and that's why 1,000 people a day are moving to the great state of Florida and out of places like Illinois, California, Massachusetts, and Delaware. So good. Send them to Delaware, send them to San Francisco, send them to New York, where Schumer is, to AOC's front lawn as well. Again, our heart goes out to these people who are suffering, but the United States cannot have an open border policy and still take care of our own citizens. So I think the governor's absolutely right. He's also sent law enforcement, Florida law enforcement, and Florida guardsmen to go help Texas take care of the border and do what the federal government is failing to do.
And the second bus.
So good. Thank God for our great Republican governors in all of these states. And people are voting with their feet to go to these states where we have good leadership.
The second bus of illegal migrants from Texas have arrived in D.C. We're told from reports, and also Governor DeSantis set to hold another presser, though we don't know what it's about. But some major announcements coming today as well in your home state. Congressman Michael Waltz joining us live. Congressman, good to see you, and thank you.
All right, thank you.
Meanwhile, it is day 50 of the war in Ukraine, where Ukraine claims it struck Russia's Black Sea warship. We'll bring in correspondent Sarah Williamson live in Ukraine with the very latest on this story. Sarah.
Yes, good morning, guys. Today has marked the 50th day since Russia invaded Ukraine, and now your Russian forces are directing their efforts to the area where this war started 8 years ago, the Donbas region in the country's east. Now, cities across the country continue to be relentlessly bombarded, but no more than Mariupol, which Ukrainian authorities now say is at a critical stage. The two remaining units in that city have now joined forces to bolster the resistance against the Russian forces. Now, commanders of the 36th Marine Brigade and the Azov Regiment actually issued a statement saying that they have linked their troops up in order to do whatever they can, which is necessary to complete their mission there. Now, on the other hand, Russia is actually also reporting that Mariupol's commercial seaport has been captured and 1,000 Ukrainian Marines there have surrendered. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that tens of thousands of people have died in Mariupol, but of course we cannot verify this number independently. There is also multiple reports coming out of Mariupol about mobile crematoria that is being used in the city. And today I asked Maxim Kaczynski, who is the head of the Lviv military for the National Administration, about these crematoria reports. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Ви знаєте, інформацію звідти отримати дуже важко, але наші джерела чітко стверджують, що справді працюють мобільні крематорії, які знищують сліди геноциду над українським народом.
And now there are still 180,000 people in Mariupol who desperately need to be evacuated, according to the mayor. But there is still fears for that region, of course, and Mariupol, the city, as the area just continues to heat up as Russia continues to move their forces there.
Yeah, just it's night and day to look at Lviv, where you are, where you see public transportation behind you and many people walking around as if nothing's happening in the Donbas region in the eastern area. Completely different pictures. Sarah Williamson joining us live from Ukraine.
Absolutely.
Sarah, good to see you. Stay safe.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.